Can I ask you something a little personal? When did you last let someone see the real you? Not the version you put together before you walked out of the door this morning. Not the "I'm fine, everything's great" face that you wear at work. Not the carefully chosen photo, the polished reply, or the smile that says you've got it all together. I mean the actual you. The one who's tired. The one who's quietly struggling. The one who sometimes lies awake wondering whether you're really good enough or whether people would still like you if they knew what you were really like underneath. Most of us wear a mask so often we barely notice it anymore, and carrying it is exhausting. But here's the thing, and this is what I want to talk about today. There is one person you have never fooled, not even for a second. And it turns out that that's the best news you'll hear all week. There's a moment in the Old Testament that I love, not because it's dramatic, but because it's so quietly surprising. God sends the prophet Samuel to find Israel's next king. Samuel turns up at the home of a man called Jesse, and Jesse parades his sons in front of him. They're impressive lads, tall, strong, the kind of people you'd pick for your football team. Samuel looks at the oldest, Eliab, and thinks, surely this is the one. But God stops him, and in 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7, God says this: "Don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see the things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." God wasn't taken in by the impressive exterior. He wasn't dazzled by the height or the confidence or the look of the thing. He looked at the heart. Now, we often read that verse as a warning about judging other people, and it is that. But I want you to hear it differently today. I want you to hear it as relief. Because here's what it means for you. Firstly, God sees past the performance. The version of yourself that you show the world, the capable one, the cheerful one, the one who has it all sorted, God isn't watching that version and thinking, well done, keep it up. He's looking straight through it. He's not impressed by the curated highlight reel because he already knows what's behind it. And before you panic, that's not a threat. That's an invitation. You don't have to perform for God. You never did. The mask was never for him. Secondly, he sees the real you, and he loves what he sees. Now, this is the bit that we miss. We think that if God really saw us, all of us, the messy, complicated bits that we hide, he'd step back in disappointment. We assume that the love is conditional on the performance. But look at what happens next in this story. God doesn't look past Jesse's sons and settle reluctantly on the youngest because, well, there's no one better. He specifically chooses David, the one no one thought to even invite to the gathering, the one they'd left out in the fields, the overlooked one. And God says, that's him. That's the one. God has a habit of choosing the person the world has underestimated, the one behind the mask, the one who doesn't feel like enough. He sees the real you, and he still chooses you. Torrin Wells' beautiful song Known says this: "I'm fully known and loved by you. You won't let go no matter what I do." And it's not one or the other. It's hard truth and ridiculous grace to be known, fully known and loved by you. I'm fully known and loved by you. And thirdly, the gap between who you are and who you pretend to be is where Jesus meets you. Not after you've closed that gap, not once you've cleaned yourself up and got it together. In it, right there, in the tension between the face you show and the person you actually are, that's where grace shows up. Jesus didn't spend his time with people who had their lives sorted. He spent it with people who were complicated, broken, overlooked, and honest about it. The woman at the well, the tax collector up a tree, the disciples arguing about who was the greatest. He met them in their mess, and he meets you in yours. So, one tiny step for today, not a mountain to climb, just a small, honest act of faith. Think about one place in your life, at home or at work or in a friendship maybe, where you've been performing rather than being genuinely present, where you've been wearing the mask because it felt safer or easier or expected. You don't have to rip the mask off in one go. This isn't about being brutally honest with everyone all at once. That's not what I'm asking. But I want you to do is this. Just notice it. Name it to yourself. Maybe even name it to God. You could pray something as simple as, Lord, I've been pretending here. You already know that. Help me let you see the real me, and help me trust that it's enough. That's it. That's the step. Because the journey towards wholeness, towards living freely without the exhausting weight of performance, it starts with that one honest moment, one small act of dropping the mask, even if it's just between you and God. And here's what I can promise you. He won't flinch. He won't look away. He's seen it all, and he's still here. Before you go, I'd love to know, and please do leave a comment. Where in your life do you find it hardest to be your real self? At home, at work, or somewhere else? Again, there are no wrong answers, and I'd love to pray for you if you're brave enough to share. Let's close with a short prayer together. Father, thank you that you see the real me and you love me anyway. Not the polished version, not the performance. Me. Help me today to drop the mask just a little. Help me to live in the freedom of being fully known and fully loved. Amen. Thank you so much for being here today. It genuinely means a lot. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about something that might hit a little close to home. The exhausting habit of trying to please everyone around you, and what the Apostle Paul has to say about why that's quietly costing you more than you realize. I'll see you then. Take care of yourself.